That was really funny. I'm sorry I'm late, everybody, but my phone was playing up. So I hope that you haven't all got bored and gone. I'll give you a few minutes. Ah, yes. So sorry for the messing about. I'm just going to open that blind. Oh, and the window. Sun's come out, which is good. Hello. Thank you for joining me. I'm really sorry about the messing around, but for some reason, Facebook wouldn't let me rotate the camera. Julie will know exactly what I mean because it happened to her this morning. And it happened to me, but not for quite so long. Hurrah! Hi, Jackie. Hi, Kim. Hello, Paulie. He's in the other room.
It did with mine as well.
Did it? Well, I'm just going to see if I can catch some of these messages. You're very welcome, Samantha. I've worked really hard today. I bet it will happen to you tonight, Julie. Do you know what I did? I actually swiped it off and then came back into it. And it happened. So I was like, quick, I'm going live. Hi, Lisa. She'll be giggling at that. Brilliant. Good afternoon. Oh, thank you. So I'm just going to... My glasses around. No, it'd be too organised for them to be out, wouldn't it? I can't find them. I'm going to have to go without them. Okay, brilliant. So welcome back, and I'm going to make something. I've been waiting for this bit all day, so I'm going to flip the camera and rotate you around, and we're going to kind of do one of my sample cards, but we're going to kind of do a twist on it. And I also want to show you some techniques as well. If I get this right. Feels a bit wobbly. Okay. Right. Think we're in position. I need that across so that my wire, because obviously my wires, my phone's a little bit flat from earlier. Okay, so shall I start with, let's have a little look. I want to show you a technique. Oh, these ones are stuck. Let's just take those out of there. Because I was messing around in between packing orders, of course. And we're going to need this one. What are you laughing at, Paul? Because I thought we would start with a little technique first. I just wanted to show you something. So I'm going to take the square stencil. And I'm going to take a brayer and some ink. Let me just move. I'm just making a little bit of room at the side of me because I will need my machine. I should have had this bit organised, and I would have done if I didn't have to flaff with Facebook. I'm just getting my plates out. So that one. Yes, right. Okay, I'm all organised. So I'm going to load up my brayer. And I'm just going to go, in fact, before I do that, I'm going to chop it down. Because I think it's really, I just think, well, I know I'm biased, but I just think these are genius little stencils, and they're going to allow you to do so much with the collection. So I've just brayed up, and I'm just going to brayer over. This is just going to give me a really quite nice background, and it's not actually this bit that I want, but there's going to be a use for it. So just keep loading up and brayering over. You can stick it down. I'm going to go from different directions. Now you do have to use quite some force because the brayer's got to go through the depth of the miler. I've just got one corner left. And I'm going to try and do it without taking the ink off. So that, it makes me smile. Let me take that away. That gives us a really nice background for a project. But if I take the other piece of card and pop the stencil. Now this, we used to do this, we did it with my fern masks, and it will print the design. So I've got that ink face down onto the card. I'm placing it onto my die cutting plate. I'll bring this in. So as if I'm going to put a die in it. So just between the two cutting plates. And I'm just going to wind that through. Now what that will do is print that design onto your card, which looks brilliant, and then you can either stamp into those squares, or you could cut the squares and layer them on the top. The choice is yours. But what I did do, I'm just going to go into my little dies and collect the die. Now, if you line this up, say for instance I wanted to do, I don't know, happy, can I do it off there? Happy. Can I cross happy and birthday at the bottom? BIRT. I mean, I'm going into too much detail here. Basically, what I want to show you is that if you line that over there, let me just get, there's still a little bit of stick on the back. It's sticking to my fingers. So, line that up. I'm going to be good and put a little bit of tape. Well, I would if I could find any. I'm going to put a little bit of tape. So I'm just going to guesstimate that it's right and it's there. And now I'm going to die cut that. This is just to give you another idea for using your stencils and your dies together. And that's why it was so important. You see, this is... Take my tape off. How fabulous is that? That is like perfect. So you could then... Oh, is something not working? All okay. Just got a static picture. It might be your internet. It's fine for me. I'm just going up. No, I can't see. Just a still picture. Can't see what you're doing. Can we have a thumbs up or something for everybody that can see me? Yeah, okay. We have got some, yeah. Yeah, quite a lot. So I'm going to continue. I'm sure it will be okay on playback. It's very intermittent. Okay. I'll carry on and hopefully it's fine. But how clever is that? And you could then continue, maybe if you wanted to extend it, say you wanted that up to here, you would just click that into them holes and extend it. And you can go down this way. I just thought it was really fabulous. This is the one that I was playing with in the shop, and I did a whole square. I cut a whole square out I was a little bit off there, but it takes practice. But that one is perfect. So that was one little technique that I wanted to show you. And of course, you can do that with the circle stencil and the circle die. So it's actually, yeah, it's all spaced exactly the same, so it can work like that for you. So that was one thing that I wanted to show you. And then just going to take that out of the way. Obviously then all of these little bits that have come out, don't chuck them away. This pot is full of stuff that's die cut ready to be stamped, or at the bottom I've got stuff that's stamped ready to be used. It's really handy to have a pot like that, because if you need to make a card in a hurry, then you can just get your little pot out and away you go. So let's just clean that up, and then we will start and create a beautiful card. I'm just going to take a piece of, and for cleaning your stencils, all you need to do, you can either spritz it with water, make a little sandwich, and that's then clean and ready for our next. Okay, I think I'm clean-ish. So, I've got myself a little mat and layer of card, and I'm going to start off with my stencils. So I've got my circle stencil that I'm going to put some detail down, but I'm also going to use this butterfly. So I'm going to place my butterfly where I would like it. Maybe I'm going to go there, and I'm going to put my stencil over the top. Now I'm doing it so that I've got a line at the bottom so that I can pop a word onto there. So I'm just moving the butterfly so it's exactly where I want it, and it's straight. And you can take this down, or we can put some magnets on. Let's make that sure that's right. Okay, I am going to put a little bit of tape on as well, just to be safe. Okay, so I'm going to stick with my same colour theme. I have chosen Twisted Citron, Peacock Feathers and Uncharted Mariner. Okay, and I'm going to just start and blend. When I do this, I'm going to put my fingers down. It's going to hold that butterfly in place. So I'm just going to start and blend. Now I don't want the whole piece covered, so I'm just going to softly let that finish, but make sure that I've gone around the butterfly. So then I'm going to go into some peacock feathers and add some peacock feathers down. And then last but not least, we will have a little bit of marina, whatever you'd like to call it. Just make sure that that's coming up. Now what I will want to do is make sure that I've got a bit of colour down across the bottom so that I can line up my circle alphabet, whatever word I choose to pop on there. Okay, so when we take that away, we've got our lovely butterfly in the middle. Now, if I place this part of the stencil over the top of here, whoopsie, that's going to give me a perfect line. And I'm going to just grab a fine liner black pen and draw around that. I mean, the chances of me finding one that works straight off will be a miracle, but we'll go for it. So I'm just going to take it nice and steady. I'm following round with my fingers because you can get a little bit of sag. So just take it slow, especially on these bits. And I'm just going to drop you a bit lower there, just so that you can see. I hope that's in focus. Yeah. Because they're very delicate. That just goes up there in one. It would be really good if I had my glasses on. Follow that round. There we go. So now that butterfly really pops out. So then I'm going to go back. Back to my spotty butterfly. I'm just going to place this back in place. It's about there. And I'm going to go around with some of the darker ink because I really want this to kind of pop away. I'm not going to put any more ink on because I just want to see if I've got enough there. Now I do need a bit more. But I'm also going to be very careful of my antennae. I'm going to sweep across. So I'm just kind of catching the very outside edge. And if you want to have a look, put it away and you can see. It just, by having that deeper colour, it makes a massive difference. So just continue around. Yeah, one little bit on this side. And if you find that you've got, actually, I think I should have done that way. Yeah, you see there's a difference. You probably can't see it, but I can, so I'm just going to cover it up. Okay. There we go. So all of a sudden, we've got that little bit of dark shadow in from behind there, which is lovely. Okay, I am going to just raise you a little bit, just so I can get my head in for the next piece. So it's really nice that these two stencils now tie together. The square will do exactly the same thing as well. And if I move that over, let's just go into, I'll do this so that you can see as well. So going through our stamp sets, we have got the circles medley. Now, in this set, you've got lots of little words: dream, hope, believe, love, laugh, and inspire. So I'm going to take some of those and I'm just going to pop them onto some little blocks, because I do like to do this bit freehand because there really isn't any rules. So what shall we have? Believe. I'm just going to pop that onto a little block. Dream. And yeah, inspire, because hopefully I'm inspiring you so that you can play with your fabulous collection too. Right, I'm going to pop that. Now, you see, I've just had another idea. There's no rules that you can't add in. This is from the first release. You could maybe add in, I'm going to do it because my brain thought of it. And this is the beauty. It's going to be inspired by a card that I've done, but it's going to be different. So I'm going to pop this one in and I'm just going to add a little bit of this one over the top. It's just going to give it a slightly different look. And you could be using your stamps as well. I'm not going up to the edge because I don't want a square. I just want a suggestion. And it's just nice to see it all working together. Okay, so yeah, I'm happy with that. It just gives it a little bit of a different look. Okay, so I've got 3 colours, and I'm going to use those and I'm going to stamp through the butterfly. But to be able to do that, oh, it's all stuck together. I do need to have this in place. And there is a right and a wrong side on this. Okay. And I also need to make sure that this is straight because I want my words going straight. So I'm going to put it in position. Stick that one up there with that. And then I'm going to get a low tack. There we go. So that's all nicely in position. And I'm probably going to start right in the middle with Inspire. And if this isn't super straight, you'll have to forgive me because I can't get my head in there. So we'll have, not that colour, one of each. So I've got Believe, Inspire. You watch this all go really wonky. And Dream. And then I would go continue that. So I'd have Dream, Believe. Okay. So then I'd carry on down. So Inspire would be in the Uncharted. And then it would be Dream. This is my brain working out loud. In that one. Then it would be Believe in that one. So I can't really get that there. So I'm just going to kind of have the V and the E coming out there. Believe, Inspire. Gosh. There we go. And then it would be Dream. I'm just going to have a little bit of that on there, just because of the colour. And maybe, yeah, I'll just carry on. That goes into Inspire, which would be, oh, I'm just going to do it. Inspire. Dream. And you just fill it in the best you can. It don't matter if you go a little bit wrong. There's no rules. So going up here, I think we'll do that one in green. I'm probably going to really mix it up here, but it's fine. I'm happy. Dream. Believe. Inspire. And then we'll have a bit of Believe and a bit more Inspire. Look at that. There we go. So we've filled that in. Just going to be careful not to get any bits on there. But already we've got quite a lot going on in there. So with the dies, I started off trying to be tidy. I'm going to go for the medium-sized butterfly, and I'm going to die cut that out, which gives me this. That was me die cutting it, pretending. And I'm going to use the background to stamp this up. Just give myself some room. Probably hear a crash in a minute when it all comes tumbling down. So I'm going to get my stamping platform out. So it doesn't matter which way round this goes in here, but I'm just going to pop this one down. And in fact, I'm going to have a little fish in here and see if I can find a little butterfly as well, just in case I want to use it. In fact, I might want to put a plate. I'm going to put... No, I'll do it properly. could put a plain one on there. So I'm now just going to find my stamp, and I'm going to place my stamp in there, and my stamp in there. So you can kind of feel. I'm just wondering if I should do a test to make sure they're in the right place. So if you wanted to do a test, just slide a bit of card underneath. And then when you stamp this down, if there is an even border around, yeah, I'm happy with that. You can go ahead. So I'm going to pull that out of the way. And I'm going to pop my little die cuts in place. Whoopsie. And that one. And then we're going to die cut, stamp these up. Okay, yeah. So then we've got our little butterflies. That was a little bit wonky, never mind. And then we will paint those in. And I'm going to be clean. We'll stick those back in. Oh my Lord. I've got stuff everywhere. Okay. Right. So, I'm just going to have a little fishy in my box. That one's a bit better. Going with that one. And we're going to paint those ones in. So I'm just going to grab myself a little water brush. We'll go with the same sort of colours. In fact, that's the wrong one. That's better. So I'll just pop a little bit of the three colours down. And we'll have the darker in the middle. Coming out lighter. You don't have to be too careful because all the detail is in there for you. I'm just going to mix those up a little bit. And you can put your sparkles on there if you want as well. Your sparkly sprays maybe. Gonna keep, can I fit a little bit of that on there? Just. Okay, so I've got a couple of butterflies. And what we're going to do now is we're going to have a little look at the alphabet. So we're going to work with the circle alphabet on this one. I'm just going to pop these back on here because I'm going to be organised one day. Okay. Now, I did have a little thing there. So, if I bring this in so that you can see. In my alphabet, where are we? Here we go. So I'm going to pull this away. And I'm just going to pop it to the side because I'm going to be dibbing in and pulling alphabet numbers out there. And hopefully in my box, well, I will use, what we'll use is, no, I need to die cut, don't I? Yeah. Okay, so I'll go ahead and die cut some circles, which I have. And this is actually going to be a name. I'm going to do a name, J-A-Y-N-E. And a 6 and a 0. And then if you've done like me and you've got a tub of them, you can use your stencil as an aligning tool. So if we pop this in here now, these should fit inside there, which they do. And it would be the same for the squares. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to pick up, I've got to find them first, a J. Of course they're going to stick to my finger. A. It doesn't matter where I put them, but I'm going to try and do them in a line. A Y, and it doesn't matter if they're straight because obviously they're circles. You can rotate them until they are straight. Just so long as you've got them in the middle of that circle, which is quite hard when they're brand new stamp sets because they're a little bit sticky. But J-A-Y. And this is the beauty of having the alphabet set because it really allows you to personalise. And I'm going to have a 60. 6. And a 0. This is called making a birthday card that you need at the same time as demoing. Excuse me. Okay, I'm hoping that they are all in position. I could put my little bit of card down, but I'm just gonna go. And if one of them is really bad, then I'll just redo it. These click into place perfectly. J-A-Y-N-E and a 6 and a 0. Okay. Ink those up. I hope they're not too far off. I think they're perfect because of my special tool. Okay, so I've got my little, I'm going to be careful how I lift them up because I don't want the black to smudge. But how easy was that? J-A-Y-N 60. Okay, I'm going to tidy that up later. And I'm going to bring in my card because I thought I could have a fluttering butterfly in the middle of there. I thought that would be quite different. I'd like a butterfly up here. I've got my age. Now I can just see, look, with my stencils that I can add my 0 and my 60 there. And then I should have room to have my J, A, Y, N, E. Now I hope that my Auntie Jane isn't watching. I don't think she will be. And that can just go on there. Now I would like to add a bit of colour to these because I've got a white edge on a white background. So all I would do is go through the colours with my water brush. And this one I would go, I'm actually going to do it around the rim. Hopefully you can see this. It might be a little bit further away. So that one. So I've just missed 2 because I'm using 3 colours. But it just means that when I put it down, you'll be able to see it. I'm not going to do that one, that colour. Let's put a little bit more down. So then we'll go, this one is the peacock feathers. And again, it hasn't got to be perfect. And then this one. I'm trying to go neater so that you can see it. And then this one can have the Enchanted Mariner. And then I think we'll go that one, Enchanted Mariner. That's the 6. Or 9 if you turn it upside down. And this one, can you actually see? Oh, I've probably got that out of shot. There we go. And then I need some pads and tweezers. No, of course it would be too hot. Ah, there they are. Phew. So I'm just going to pop on. So because I've got my circles there, look, I can just put my little square pads in the middle of my circle. J-A-Y-N, oopsie, E. And know that they're going to be in exactly the right place. Get those off. I wonder if that's stuck. It has too much. It's all right, I just wanted to put it to the right hand side, but it was too late. So then I can hover and pop those on. J, A. And this is what would have niggled me. It's being able to place these perfectly spaced. And by having that stencil, it really allows you to do that. So then for the 60, I'm going to go there. And it's just there, just enough for me to see. .60, and then we'll have a little bit of glue on there, because that can just fit on there. Now this one I could actually so I'm going to put a little bit of glue in the middle, and I'm going to put a foam pad right towards the outside, so hopefully we get a little bit of shape that stays there. I'm just going to keep that down in the middle. So this is kind of clean and crisp, which is quite nice for me. Don't very often do clean and crisp, but I like the white space there. And that's not even... Where did I put my... Oh, I've got that in there. If you was to have a little look through the stamps as well in the sets, there's lots more that you could put on there if you wanted to. I might just put a few little silhouette, maybe 1, 2, 3. You see, I'm going to faff with this now. I'm going to put that on a little block, just so that I could, okay. And I'm going to do it in a soft colour as well, just in case I don't like it. Just up in that corner, because then I've got this kind of flourish going through. Okay, let's have a little look and put that onto a layer. Now I did cut a layer, didn't I? I know I had a layer cut. Got a card blank. Ah, there it is. Let's have a look how that looks on top of the black. Beautiful. So we'll layer that one on. And don't forget, we've got Julie coming live at 8 o'clock, and she's going to have a play too, which is fabulous. And then I'm just going to make a quick card blank. So I'm just going to score that at 15. And of course, bring a little bit of that front to the inside. So we'll stick this on, maybe a little bit of butterfly and a nice verse. So get that nice equal border. I'm just going to wipe that away and dry it away so that we can have a little look inside. So now I'm going to go into my sentiment medley, which is this one, and I'm going to choose myself a nice verse. So we're going to have, It's your birthday, a very special day. Celebrate, enjoy, and have a fabulous day. That's the one, because it's a big one. That is going to go in there. And before I do that, I'm just going to bring in the circle stencil, which is underneath everything somewhere. Why can't I find it? Oh, because it's there. And do my stenciling first. So a little bit of, well, just come down in this corner a little bit. So twisted citron, peacock feathers, and a little bit of Uncharted Mariner. So just to suggest that over there. Now we did put a little bit of mesh on, so I'm going to just scrub a little bit of mesh in there and maybe a little bit down here. We're going to have a look at that verse. Of course you can do it in your platform. I'm just going to do it freehand. Now, if you're going to stamp and your card's sticking up like that, just tweak it backwards and it'll sit nice and flat for you. Position. And stamp. I love that. Kissy. So what else have we got on there? Yeah, maybe a little butterfly, and then that will finish us off nicely. But this is the beauty of it. It's now that when I open up that folder and I've got everything in there, it makes me happy because I know that I can complete a beautiful card with like stencils. I've got sentiments, I've got stamps, I've got focal points, and then I know that it's all going to match with other stuff that I've got in my stash, which is important too. I'll just have a little one of those up there. Okay. Last but not least, that's the wrong brush. Just add a little bit of colour. Into my butterfly. You shouldn't really do what I'm doing. I'm dibbing it straight into the pad with my naughty girl. There we go. Oh, forgot one. It makes all the difference. There we go. So there is our inside. And there is our front. So I really hope you've enjoyed that. Thank you all for joining me. And don't forget Julie, I'm going to just flip this round. Just to say goodbye to you. That's the curtain though. There we go. Yes, thank you all for joining me. I will have a look over the comments. I couldn't see them when I was making because it was like above my head level. So yeah, I'll have a little look through, and if there's any questions, I'll answer them. But yeah, thank you very much, and we'll all watch fabulous card. Thank you, Julie. I'm just going to have a quick scroll on there, but no, yeah, that's fabulous. So we'll all be joining Julie at 8 o'clock tonight on Julie Hickey Designs page. If you haven't got your collection yet, I mean, I'm going to go by, you know, it's not going to last too long, I don't think. It's been very, very busy on it today. So hopefully you can treat yourself. Take care, everyone. Bye.